Okay, how did everybody week go for him?
It was great, Mr. Cotton.
Great, huh, man?
Yes, sir. It was great, man. Great.
That's great. You want to talk about it?
Yes. It was all positive. I went home, spent some time with my wife, went to visit, went to visit a couple of relatives, my brothers and them.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that my brother next to me went in detox.
Okay.
So that was a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Then as I finished with my family, I went and cut my grass, the back in the front yard. Sunday, I went to church. And after church, I went home and relaxed with my wife, came back happy and no problem. For the first time in my life, I'm content with myself, enjoyable,
It's good stuff, man.
very joyful.
That's good stuff, man. Yeah, man.
And it's the first time that I can say that I had peace without using it. I mean, I see it. I see the peace. I feel it. I'm content with myself, and I haven't been like that in a long time. I'm 55, I'll be 56. I'll be 56 this year, and I want to, I ain't gonna say I want, I'm gonna stay positive the way I am now, because I like how I feel. I really do. I'm enjoying life. And that's just a taste of what I got this week. Just imagine what's in the head,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. I ain't got to look over my shoulders, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't running from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't depending on nothing to function,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I feel it.
That's
It
great.
feels great.
That's good news, man.
And I'm reaching for more of it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. You say you're reaching for more, huh, man?
Yes, sir. I'm just reaching more, some more tools to keep me, that I can learn to stay this way. You know, I'm reaching for it.
What is the primary tool that you use to that's able to sustain you in your where you are right now?
I have two.
Okay.
I have a foundation before I leave, and I stay prayed up.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anyone else?
And I'm using up, can I go?
Yeah.
I use my foundation when I feel like there's something to come up against me. I'm not a dollar number. I'm in a space right now.
That's good stuff.
But I also make sure I got a place where before I leave, a destination. Make sure I have a destination before I even move the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and sometimes my dumb thinking, because I'm not a dummy by far,
Mm-hmm.
but my thinking sometimes play a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
And before I move the car, I make sure that I know where I'm going, because the car don't drive me, I drive it.
Right. Right.
So I try to stay positive too. That positivity in my mind let me know I'm going to where I want to go and not bail off. Because I'm not going to use it. And I'm not cocky with it. Maybe, yeah, yes, I am. I'm going to say I'm cocky with it. Because I'm already with being cocky with my recovery. As long as it's mine and not trying to save nobody else, but if they following me, I help them. But as long as I have a destination and use my tools.
That's great. Um, I realized one of the primary tools that one can use is his or her mind.
Yes.
And you said you want to remain positive, but one of the guiding principles of recovery, and you hit it though, is self-directed. Where he says, you have a destination, you're just not wandering out there.
Yes, sir.
When you in some religious they call it wandering in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
You're wandering without any guidance.
Yeah.
Or knowing where you're going or where you're headed.
Mm-hmm.
And in the wilderness, you have people who are untamed, uncultivated, and unrefined. So now you're to a point where that you're becoming more tapping into becoming a more cultivated person, a more refined person and a more tame person.
Yes, sir.
That means you're becoming more self-regulated and self-controlled as well as self-directed.
Okay.
You know, so if that be the case, man, you continue to follow up on your that regiment that you are doing because it's helping to sustain you. And you
Yes,
said
sir.
one of the things that you're doing is remaining positive, and the prefix of the word positive is to have access to, which means there's a constant flow that's going on. You know,
Yes.
and you also made mention to the way that you feel and you can function without any depending on any
Substance.
chemical substance that
Yes,
would
sir.
throw you off. You know what I'm saying? So that means that you're pulling from your own substance. You know, there is a saying that about that which a kingdom's supposed to come down, and or people say that the kingdom is from within. Well, the kingdom is a place in which you can live in.
Yes.
So you're seeing that you're creating a place, an environment that which you can live in. That means you're free from the influence of the substance of any outside chemical. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You don't need that to live in you.
Right.
But you're going to a place in which you can live in and live, you know, and enjoy yourself with that you ain't dependent on it. So you're bringing this kingdom down to
Okay.
your, you know, you're creating it for yourself, a
Yes.
place that you can live in. Now, you're also creating a place where it's that something that is unhealthy can't live in.
Right. Right. I'm following you. I'm following you.
Yeah. So as you establish that, you guard and protect that
Mm-hmm.
because it says your body is a temple, so to speak. So
Yes.
and you don't want things that come in your mind and live rent free.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not just for you, this is for those who are here. Now I see that you all are on your phones. Once again, the phone should be off because it's a distraction and it's very disrespectful. If you want to use your phone, you don't want to be in the class, I appreciate if you go upstairs. I would appreciate if you go upstairs. I really do. Yep. I really do. Yep. I said that the phone, we know that the phone should be off, and I didn't want to come interrupt you on that because I noticed that someone could listen to you, what you're saying, and this is how we living out our addiction, don't even know it. They will listen to you because they have some affinity for you, but they may not listen to me because they don't have no affinity for me, but they have affinity for you because of what you like a model for them. It's cool. And you can do things for them that help them. That's fine. I understand it. But that's just all game.
Right. But I need what
Yeah,
you're saying
yeah,
to hold on to
Yeah.
to take on the world with me.
Yeah.
You know, so I gotta listen. So
Listen, learn, and
Yeah.
apply. You just
Right.
always say listen, learn, and apply. You know what I'm saying? So, well, we're to a point now is that, there is a teaching that talks about if an individual has not learned at a certain age to interact with other people, I don't know what the age is, but they won't learn,
Right.
which means they also become overprotected. I mean, they have been overprotected by their family. So that means, or their mother or their father, whatever it is, somebody's overprotecting them. So therefore, they're still living a life as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be 40, 50, 60 years old and still living a life of a child.
Okay.
So you want to get to a point where it's that you don't want to be dependent on, living your life as a child.
Right.
You don't want the uses of drugs and all this other stuff to come in your way where you're still, living a life as a child, even though you're 40, 50, and 60 years old. So, but yeah, you also may mention again, as I always say, that the prefix of the word positive is pos, is to have access to. So, which means you want this. It's like when people get high, they get a feeling. They like that feeling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a feeling that they want over and over again. They may not, the initial feeling is different from the rest of the feelings, but it's a feeling that you get. So when I'm saying you're changing that, you're saying you don't need that type of feeling. You need that which is natural and positive for your life, and that is for you abstaining and resisting from from taking outside
Yes.
chemical influences. You know what I'm saying? And you see how it is creating a more healthy environment for your relationship with your grandchildren and your wife and your children, whatever.
Yes.
You see how
Feels
that,
good.
yeah. You see how that it's impacting their lives. Yes.
And plus the respect that they have that I wasn't paying attention to, it feels good, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And it's still there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just an amazing feeling
That's good.
that I missed. I was
Yeah.
missing out on.
Yeah, because that's why I wanted to try to see. I was trying to vibe of where where we may be, and that's why I put up the word respect.
Yes, sir.
And I look at respect is to look at the ability of a person to accept him or her as they are in a Latin sense. It don't mean that necessarily so. But people say respect has to be earned. I've heard that. When I look at respect, I think of the manner and way in which we communicate with one another, and think of respect of also cooperation and working together. To put up the word unity, and also have to do with a self-image of how you see yourself.
Right.
Now, if you don't, respect yourself, you're gonna compromise and jeopardize protecting yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't respect yourself. But when you respect yourself, you cooperate with that respect and you're protecting yourself, because now you're saying that you have more respect for yourself, so you're trying to protect yourself and guard yourself from any chemical or outside substance that's coming in that tries to come in on the inside because of the respect that you have for yourself. And then you see that the image that it is projecting. You know what I'm saying? Now you see that you see yourself as one that is to be respected because you have self-respect. And I ain't talking about with just the words that you say, but it's the actions that line up with your words.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, man. Now, I gave you something earlier about guiding line principles of recovery. One was self-directed. Remember, you were talking about how you want to go to a particular destination, or the brother was talking about how he wanted to go. He know where a particular destination you want to go. Reason why I said a brother, because I'm including everybody that's in here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, self-directed says what the person in recovery wants. What do you want? Desires can accomplish not what the provider imparts, but to the person. It's what you want. It's what each and every one of us want. So, if we want, we see a nice girl, we want her, what more likely we're going to try to do?
Talk to her.
We'll try to talk to her. We use any manipulated tool, or just use manipulated tool to try to get her if we want her. You know what I'm saying? And even at times one would even proposition, or just to get what you want. People will manipulate and maneuver to get what they want.
Yes.
People will manipulate and maneuver just to have their way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying manipulation is all wrong.
Right.
I'm just saying the intent and behind in which we use a thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but you want to be self-direction. You got to know what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know that you want change. Some of us want change. You know what I'm saying? So not only do you want it, but you also are going about taking the next steps to make that happen.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
For example, if as a child, I use a baby for example, he wants to travel to, he may be crawling, but he wants to get to that table. But what are he gonna do? If he can't walk, he gonna do what?
Crawl.
He gonna crawl. Because he want to change his position. He want to get to that table.
Right.
So he could try to stand on his own 2 feet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. So desires can be accomplished, which means whatever you do, it can be accomplished. You see that when you say that you didn't, you wanted to stop doing it, then therefore you accomplished it. You said you wanted to stop, so now you accomplished. And then now you go to the to talk about a not what the provider imparts to the person, but once again, it's on you. It's on you. Yeah. So then we're talking about guiding line of principle of recovery. We're talking about strength based. Strength based.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. Now we're talking about tapping into and focusing on your strengths. What are your strengths that you have?
My first strength is me not wanting to use. Okay, my second is people helping me. My what's the word I'm gonna use? Well, I'm just saying the people, my back people that's helping me. I have God.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
I have the tools that I know to keep me from using,
Mm-hmm.
and I have you
Mm-hmm.
and my foundation. My foundation gotta be strong too.
Is that your family?
Yes.
Okay, all right, all right, all
That's
right.
what I was trying to say. But I was trying to use it in another word.
Mm-hmm.
I be trying to watch them come out my mouth now.
Yeah, it's cool. That's good
You
stuff.
know,
That's good stuff.
I really do because watch. If I want to walk a certain way, I gotta talk a certain way. I mean, not being fake or phony,
Yeah.
but I was told that a certain way you talk make a person look at you differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with yo this, yo that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be looked at
Good
as that
stuff.
person anymore.
Good stuff.
So if I'm a walk with God, I gotta talk and so.
Yes, sir.
You know,
That's right.
because you never know who's paying attention to you.
That's right.
Because one person can follow me, that'd be, it'd be idiotic for me to start to yo stuff and stuff back again.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna stand up right, I'm gonna have to let it come out of me right.
Yes.
So that's why sometimes I really gotta think before I talk. Sometimes just a second before I answer someone, just take a second.
Yeah.
Think about what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to come out my mouth half cocked, and I just want to be straight and be on the straight and narrow with myself first.
Right. Right.
So it's gonna take some time for me to do that, but I'm getting there. I see my progress.
That's awesome.
I really do.
That's awesome.
And you had people that you could talk to help me with this, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm using it just as Miss Walker told me yesterday. Certain way you can talk, you can make a person look at you differently.
Mm.
And that stuck with me all night. I thought about that all last night.
That's great.
From the time I got out of the car, I thought about that all day, all the rest of the day.
Right.
Because I tell you, he followed me. He stayed with me.
Yes.
He with me all the time.
That's good.
And so I be thinking about all the things I was talking about to him and
Mm-hmm.
the way I was talking to my granddaughter and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
I wasn't paying no attention. She right. So it took one person to make me really think about if I'm gonna stand up right, why not talk right?
Yeah.
So I'm working on it.
Well, language makes us. Our words and all that stuff. It makes us who we are. I mean, it makes us. I say why, but it makes us. Words play a part. So that's good stuff.
But sometimes I be wanting to be goofy, to make. I mess with people trying to just make them smile and things, but sometimes you can't be goofy all the time.
Yeah, well, there's a time for it, and there's a time for everything, as you said. So, but at the end of the day, you are all that you have. So you continue to learning how to be you. You know what I'm saying, and enjoy you, without anything that comes in that causes you to act outside of who you really are.
Yes.
The challenge is that once you be starting to once the behavior changes or starting to change and the process of it you start to change. If I'm saying it right, you realize that even though you may be becoming clean and see clearer, you're still going to be tested. And as you're going to be tested, people are going to say things and do things. Then that can also cause you to act out of character.
That happened this morning.
So, because sometimes we can say, you can be, how can I say it? You may be, how can I put it? Not concern yourself with that. You may be, as far as your healing process goes and overcoming the challenges of any substances, you may be mentally here, but somewhat lacking spiritually, if I may use that language. I don't know how the best way to use it. But I'm just trying to say there must be a balance. You know, you can be very emotional and less logical. You can be so adhered emotionally and not, you know, and the logic has not caught up.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? Because right now you may be riding on a emotional high. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or you may be riding on a logical high. All I know is that there must be some balance. I was just trying to figure out a way to express that. So you have to find the balance, you know. So in anything that you do in trying to do something right or doing something right, you know that you're going to be tested.
Yes.
To see if you're really committed or sincere. Now, what you do have, and what all of us have, is those tools to work with, whatever they may be.
Just gotta know when to use.
You gotta know when to use them, because you know we can use a tool for the wrong reason.
Yes, sir.
Because you know we have people use tools and getting high or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That goes back to what you just said, balance.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got to use those tools correctly, man.
Yes.
So that's a good thing, man. I'm glad to hear that you're taking the necessary steps to make things happen. And what you are doing is you'll continue to create a regimen, whereas that you are following that regimen or that plan of action that helps you to stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Because we still have a long way to go.
Yes, and I know that.
Yeah. Because we want to get into a part where we become tricked and to think that we got it and we don't have it.
That's what I've been saying. I don't want to sound cocky.
Yeah.
But in certain parts of my life, I have to be cocky.
Yes.
You know, but it don't have to be in the learning part, which I need the tools.
You got it, because it says this here. It says empowerment, providing the tools needed to empower the person. That's empowerment.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? Because it empowers you. Because now you said the tools and you somewhat identify with them. And I'm not downplaying what you're saying,
Right.
but you said that your foundation. I said that's why your primary tool is your thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you have identified that the tools that you have used. That you do have. Now those tools have empowered you. You're putting to work. Now, say for example, if one have a drill, and they know the drill is supposed to drill, but the drill also can do other things too, because people can have a tool but don't know how to use the tool.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
They misappropriately use it. You know what I'm saying? So that can be a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you must appropriately know how to use the tool. And I always say is that adequate cooperation leads to proper communication, and that's how you effectively coordinate your power. Because what are you saying to yourself? You continue to say positive affirmations about yourself.
Right.
I can do this. I can make this happen. I'm determined to stay committed. I'm determined to stay focused. I'm determined to keep any outside chemical substance out of my body. As the brother back there would say, I will change people. I would change being around people, certain people. I would change around being around certain places. I would change things. You know what I'm saying? Those are our affirmations. That means you're affirming these things in yourself through the words that you're using, the words that you're speaking.
Okay.
There are people say, well, I'm having a bad day. The day is not over with.
Right.
I may be having a bad 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you already gave a blanket statement. Yeah, man, you're by saying you're having a bad day. And the day is not over with.
Right.
Because, sometimes I realize that certain things can come in our lives and they can, cause some disturbance and then throw us off and distract us. But the thing is, when you're resilient and you have your tools to work with, that you can get right back focused on where you need to be and where you need to go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing there,
Yeah.
That really is a good thing. Because I realize that if we allow things to bother us for a second and don't address it, that second becomes a minute. It comes an hour. Hour becomes a day. A day becomes weeks. Weeks become months. And months become years. That means we haven't dealt with it.
So because one person is stepped into your mind. You let them get.
or something that got to you, and you're dwelling on it. Because when you dwell on something too long, it imprisons you.
Okay, so it's best. What would you suggest I do if I come in a situation like that?
Well,
Find someone to talk to.
yeah, you have to remember you have to pull back on your tools.
Okay.
You know, you saying that you, as you said earlier, you found someone, you know, whom you can talk to.
Right.
You know, because sometimes we can be in our mind too much in our own head, and then we start all these thoughts start coming into play. Then we try to figure, then we try to figure out a way how to cope, and the way we need to cope. You know, we'll go and revert back to what we normally do to try to cope.
That's what I don't want to do, because I know eventually I'm gonna come into down the road in the future. I know I'm gonna come into some trials and tribulations with drugs, you know. And I just want to know that I'm strong enough. I know right now I'm strong, but the question is, am I strong enough to? I'm not saying that I want to go around the way, but my father barbershop is the way. You know, it's sitting right in the hood. So I know I'm not gonna be able to work there no more. So I've been in my head writing down things about opening up my own barbershop.
So you're thinking it makes sense. Remember what the brother said there? That's something that you all can continue to relate to. He says, stay away from the same people, same places, and doing the same thing.
But this is my father.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making no reason why I have to go in there because I can't go to his house.
Yeah.
You know, but this is my pop. And, you know, I could say him other places, but he always at the barbershop.
But listen to what you now listen to. Remember, you want to tap into your tool. I mean, you want to that which is empower you is your tool, right? Mm-hmm. Remember 3 things we talked about: self-directed, strength-based, where you focus on your strengths, your capacity, your skills, and your talents, and then the empowerment, the tools, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you said earlier in what you just expressed in your words that you're saying you're strong, but you don't think you're strong enough.
No, I say I'm strong, but I'm not strong enough to go around in that area.
Am I? You said am I? So you're questioning your strength now.
You're right, I am. I think I'm strong enough, but I'm not ready. I'm not gonna do that yet to go around there because I'm not. I think I'm strong. I'm strong enough, but I'm saying I can't work there.
But now,
I don't want to be.
But listen to the now. Listen to the. But listen to the struggle now. Listen to the struggle now.
Battling with myself.
Yeah, listen to the struggle. Obviously, right then and there, you're saying to me, and you're saying to yourself that you're really not strong enough.
I don't think I'm ready because I mean I know I don't want to use the drug, and I've been going on my own and everything, but I haven't been around it, you know, person to person, you know, like talking to somebody that's still using or something like that.
I want to say for the record that reason why I say for the record that I'm not sitting here counseling no one.
Right.
I say I operate as a social health engineer, which means I go against that which has been socially constructed to work against us. And I say I'm social interventionist, which means I'm intervening in whatever affairs that may be going on that's not proper in your it was going on in your life, right?
Okay.
So that's why I'm listening to what you're saying. And what you're saying is that 1 minute you said
I'm strong.
And then the next minute you say I am, and then you're struggling back. Says you're questioning, am I strong enough? Now you're questioning yourself.
Right.
So then, therefore, there is the struggle there.
There's a doubt somewhere.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just saying the key is that you have to learn. You have not learned, but you're being honest with yourself of where you are.
Yes.
You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So maybe the tools that you have, they made maybe to sharpen up on those tools a little more. And thank you too.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just go ahead. You just want to say something?
And how much now you're strong enough to do that, to walk in there and say, "Am I strong enough to come inside this door?"
Yeah.
No, it's not the door. I'm saying he's the barbershop. This is the barbershop. All around this is drugs. He in the heart of it. You see what I'm saying?
But watch what he's. Well, listen to what he's.
Listen
to what he's saying now. He may express door, right? But if you think of it in a universal sense, the door is the environment.
Oh, I thought he was talking about.
Because,
but he may have been.
Because if you look at it, you got the door. Are you gonna walk into it, or are you gonna ease your way out and try to go the other way without opening up that door and say, hey, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
And this is what he also saying. He's saying too is that that you remember you said you going there with a purpose and a destination.
Right.
You mean you go from A to B. When you go from A to B, you don't stay there long because you go back to A.
Right.
So you don't want to stay there longer than you have to. I'm not saying what to do and what to do and what not to do, but I'm just making you aware of what's going on and what's transpiring in the manner and the way in which we are interacting with one another and what you are saying, so that you won't get clear. Because remember, what we realize that this thing is, this addiction is whatever drug, it's insidious, it's cunning, and it's baffling. It will confuse you. You know what I'm saying? And it's insidious, it's tricky,
Yeah.
and it's cunning. It's very manipulative. Because once I said earlier, once you think you got it, you got it. But like I said, I was following what you were sharing with me, and then it started to create some doubt.
Yes, I do have a little doubt. That's why I'm not ashamed of the way I was talking to you, because that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
All because he's in that hood, I gotta go through the hood to get to him.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that I also can avoid that and go to the house.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna move to the barber shop, I'm gonna have to go there and see setups and let them teach you.
Yeah.
I mean, I already got the knowledge of cutting hair, but how to run it.
Now, see, now you're creating something else that you may not necessarily have to create. Now, this is when everyone is working together on the same page as a unit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Your let's say your what we call specifically your father, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knows your situation. He knows your challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's going to take some sacrifice. Remember, self-directed says it's what the person wants, and what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not what the other person wants; it's what you want.
Right.
So that means you have to demand something, because now you are demanding respect.
Yes, sir.
So you would say, well, if you can, I could probably learn something while you're at home. I'm not saying it can or it can't happen.
Right.
I'm just saying don't minimize your options. Because if we're all working together as a family, know your situation. If you ain't not strong enough, so why would someone allow you to come into a situation when you know you're not strong enough? Remember, it's on you. It's not on him.
Okay.
So if you want to learn it, as I said, if you're working together, you would say, listen, man, I need to be around you. I'm not saying if you can or you can't, I don't know. But can I learn some things or come see you and you can teach me some things while you're home, while you're at the house?
Right.
Because you may not necessarily have to be there. You may think that you may need to be there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, but don't convince yourself, or don't allow something outside of you to persuade you and convince you and distract you and think that you have to be there at that particular specific location when you don't really have to.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense to you?
A whole lot.
Because
I comprehend very well.
Because you're getting it's like it's tricking you, the behavior of the drug, whatever it is. I'm not just using it as an example, but it could be tricking you and tricking you in your mind and your thoughts. And you think that, man, yeah, you got to be there, man, and next thing you know, you there, it'll take you there, then it'll drop you off.
But did you hear what I said, though? I know you heard it. I said, I was asking you for a suggestion. What should I do?
Yeah.
Should I go in the hood? That's what I was saying at first. I was asking for your suggestion.
Yeah.
But then I said, by going through the hood, I don't feel strong enough.
Yeah.
But at first I said, I feel strong. Going from destination to destination.
Yeah.
But I don't feel as strong as going through the hood to get to that.
Yeah.
So I was asking for your suggestion.
Yeah. Now.
I'm not balanced all the way yet.
I got you. No, it's good.
Getting there.
I got you. That's good stuff.
To you.
Yeah.
That's why I want monies when you come. Because out of
Yeah.
give me what you get.
Yeah.
You make things clear for me in a different few words.
Yeah. Now the thing is though that praises be, but yeah, because remember, People say suggestions where I come from. They say that my teaching don't mean that it's so that somebody give you a suggestion, don't give you an answer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to give you an answer. I won't give you no
Right.
suggestion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what?
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
As long as you got it.
Yeah. So, but I don't say it. I just,
Right.
I mean, I don't say directly, but you can. What I'm sharing with you is, you take it as an answer, not as a suggestion.
Right.
So because you come up with your own conclusion, and his input was good too, because I was including everybody and what he had to say. I didn't want you to just focus specifically on the interest of the building per se, but the interest is the community itself.
Yes.
Huh?
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. That's
There
all.
you go.
That's
That's
all.
what I was just saying.
Yeah.
But like he's saying,
One
if I got the tools
Yeah.
and I know that he's somewhere else, why can't I go ahead and just he know my situation.
Right.
It's my show.
Right. That's right.
It's not his show.
That's right.
Don't let nobody run my show.
Good
That's
God,
what
man.
he's telling me.
Yes,
So
sir.
I found that.
Yes, sir.
I got it now.
Yes, sir.
So look, Pop, I want to try to open up my own barbershop.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Can I meet you at the house
Yeah.
instead of coming to the barbershop?
Right.
Like you just said.
Yeah.
Instead of going there and find out some things, can we work out something else there?
Yeah.
Maybe at my crowd.
Yeah, no question. That's right. That's right. There you go. There you go.
I answer my own questions just with the things you just put it.
That's the art of war. The art of war, I think Manzanzu, whatever his name, Tanzu, talking about territory. You get there first before your opponent does. You want to get there first.
Yeah.
Because remember, I always use the Walter Payton analogy in the law of physics. Walter Payton said, I got to get there before the defender get there because the impact would be lesser on me and more strong on the other individual.
That's true.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I said, that nigga mean. Walter Payton came up with that. Anybody heard of Walter Payton?
Yes.
Who was he?
Football player.
Who he played for?
He played for the Colts, right?
Nope.
Who he played for? Come on, man.
Play for the Bears.
That's right, the Chicago Bears.
No.
Yeah. Who you talking about with the coach?
Something.
Yeah.
You gotta pull it up. You gotta pull it up.
No.
I'm to somewhere else right now.
No, yeah, because I'm really having fun. Because this is the way we enjoy what we're doing. That's why I brought it up. Now, what you thinking about with the coach, though?
Was it Walter? No.
Because Lydell Mitchell played with the coach. That's old school.
I was thinking something. I was thinking about Johnny Unitas. Who the hell he played for?
Coach. He played with the coach. Yeah, he played with the coach.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Because he had a statue back here somewhere in Baltimore, didn't he?
I think John Unitas still got a statue. Yeah.
Right. Because I actually, matter of fact, I know it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Where is that?
I think it's over there by the
By the old stadium,
no,
right?
yeah, no, I don't know. I think
it's over by the. It is.
like by the. I think it's by the Orioles Stadium or something.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I ain't sure. Forgive me. I don't know.
One time,
it's right between Raven and Camden.
Yeah.
Raven Walk. As you go up the ramp to go to call the Raven Walk.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. I remember saying it because a friend of mine pointed it out.
Yeah, man. But that makes Johnny, he was a tough dude. So, but that's the whole thing about it. When you can tell where you are, how early you deal with a crisis.
Right.
Remember your your mentality or your psychology, whatever word you want to use. But because remember,
I'm sorry. I like talking to you, man.
Yeah.
You got a lot of knowledge.
He does the same thing to me. It's like I like talking to you. I like talking.
No, serious, because when I could, I'm like a sponge right now. You feel me? And the way you give it is just like you gotta listen.
Yeah, because you want to get to it before it gets to you.
Right.
So if you go there, you're not equipped and prepared. It's already there waiting for you.
Come up there.
Yeah, it's right in there just to grab you up and say, "I got you now."
Yes. And I ain't gonna let that happen.
Nah.
I mean now.
Yeah.
I'm happy I could get this now. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get it. I wish I knew it when I was a little younger. Right now, I be at peace right now. I don't even know.
I know that
got
feeling
so
though.
many things that I could
But I know that feeling though. Trust me, I know that feeling. But yeah, but it make no difference. We always, saying no different when you
Never
got
too
it.
late.
Well, you got it now. You know what I'm saying? So
Never
it's
too
just a
late.
process. Now you're more mature. You're more open, and the timing have to be right for you.
Yeah.
And now the timing is right because there are some things that are before you, like you always talk about your little, your grandchild and all that other stuff. So those things are important to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because there was some called a protege, who they call her associated with Beethoven, whatever. I think her name is Ruth Szynski, and she's about 97 years old, and she plays the piano. But one of her students said that she was teaching her. She said what Ruth Szynski told her was that what she is teaching her or imparting to her is bigger than her. You see what I'm saying? So what is being imparted to you is bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we are imparting to one another is bigger than us because we realize that not only is a force that's powerful than us, but there's also people in our lives that you are affecting and have influence over. You see what I'm saying? So that makes sense. So now let's deal with after the guidelines of principles of recovery. We deal with self-directed, strength-based, and empowerment. Now basic needs. Basic needs. Recovery is not possible without meaning, purpose, goals, housing, work, and personal development. These are basic needs. Now, some of our basic needs have been met, unless many of us go to independent living. But right now, you got to have meaning.
Independent meaning to me?
Means if you in the
recovery house.
Yeah, and then you go to live on your own.
Okay, so I'm
right now. You could follow in that category, but you have a place. Yeah. Okay, you got a place. Yeah. Okay, I got you. So you saying you ready buy y'all ready buy a house?
No, we already. It was before we got married, we was like 17 years ago, and our mama and them put down payment, so we've been in the house for 17 years.
Okay.
And that was our wedding present.
Okay.
So we've been buying and we still.
I got you. So now the thing is, now when you all do something now, it's going to be in your own name and all that other stuff.
It's been already like.
Okay,
that.
I got you. Okay, all right.
And I told you that was a gift to her.
Okay.
Because all our parents work at the post office.
Yeah.
Our mama just passed, and they fighting over the insurance money. It's a.
Yeah, you don't use that language. Yeah.
So I'm focused on me right now.
Yeah, so now that's just what's important. So now we're saying the basic needs that's being met. You know what I'm saying? The recovery is not possible. It's not possible without meaning. Now some of you have meaning in life.
Yes.
One time you had no meaning. You were just wandering, as I said, in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without any destination, just wandering. No goals. And it says without purpose. Now you're finding a purpose. Without goals. Without housing. You need a place to stay. Work. You need to work, as you're trying to do. And many are trying to do here. And personal development.
Okay.
So you're personally developing what? Yourself.
Huh? I'm not adding anymore. I want to be out. Well, I'm out with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Basic needs. It says basic needs recovery is not possible, which means it ain't possible. It ain't happening without meaning.
Okay.
You got to have meaning.
Wow.
You got to have purpose.
Yes. I have a purpose.
You got to have goals. Set goals.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have housing. Set the housing. You got to work and personal development. That makes sense?
Yes. That's what you need. That's the tools to survive. All of that.
Good stuff. Now, another guideline toward recovery is hope.
I have a lot of that.
Yeah, hope. Hope. It said people do not recover and change. And people do recover, I should say, and change is possible because you have what?
Hope.
You have hope. Now, you don't want to be victim of false hope, which means someone promised you. Remember, it's about you. That someone, and a lot of times people revert back. Yeah, and then they say, oh man, then you go, man, go back. Yeah, because you depend on them. They offer false hope to you. And that creates fatalism. That means That means you're always, you get into the habit of thinking the worst all the time. And you don't want to be getting the habit of thinking the worst about anybody or nothing, period. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, you want to remain optimistic. You want to remain positive. Because when you start thinking the worst, you start to get down, you start to feel depressed, and you know how people deal with depression a lot of times.
Yeah, want to numb it.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
So
to keep that out, to keep myself from doing that, that's why I really don't ask for nothing from no one.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, I ain't gotta worry about paying it back.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
So I learned how to do without.
That's discipline.
It's sometimes I hate even asking my wife for something. Sometimes, you know.
Because sometimes, go ahead.
Because sometimes I know she handling everything by herself right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to put no more stress on her.
Yeah.
So I stay out of my head with material things.
Yeah.
You know, I can do without material things.
Yeah.
So I might want a couple of hours in my pocket or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know, just getting something from the store or something, but I don't need it. I got it already there.
Yeah.
You know?
Because what's most important, right? It says that like when you first come into a recovery program, before you get out of what they call, the term blackout.
Yes. That's the only time you need something.
Yeah, but the thing is though, the objective of coming here is that, or in a recovery house they call it, is that your basic needs are met. You got shelter, you got clothes, and you got food. So now your focus is on you.
All about you.
So you don't have to worry about none of that stuff.
Right.
So when I don't know if people get it when they first come into the program, that's the purpose of coming in here and getting settled. Whereas that you don't have to worry about your food, you don't have to worry about clothes, you don't have to worry about shelter. Because some people came into the program, they didn't have that. They didn't have the shelter and none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They had to scrape and scrap to find food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you come into a recovery center, a recovery program, you don't have to worry about that. It's provided for you. So that means that you don't have to worry about that. That means that's one thing that you don't have to worry about.
Yes, sir.
Did it make sense?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. One thing those are things I should say that you don't have to worry about. So at the end of the day, it's for you to stay focused and work on yourself so that you can, practice the art of learning how to, come out of whatever addiction that you may be experiencing. That's all. So some of you have followed through on that. You may not. I'm not saying you knew or you didn't know, but that's the objective of coming when you first come here.
Can I share something with y'all?
Yeah.
Take a second. My problem was when I came here, but I was worried about my wife home by herself coming in the house at night.
Yeah.
In a good area, but things can happen. Then she told me that she okay, she strong enough.
Yeah.
Then my brother daughter stepped up, and I thank God for my niece. She's standing over there with her now. My whole problem is I don't have a problem.
Can't beat that.
See?
Can't beat that. That's a blessing there.
Yeah. She 19.
Yeah.
She got her mind straight. This little girl, she go to morgue and she working, got her own little car.
Yeah.
She want to start to find a house.
Right.
She don't want to rent. She is being asked. She asking questions on what she should do, say, and stuff like that. She a sponge like me. That's why I pay attention to you so much. You probably don't know I pay so much attention to you because some of the tools that you teach me, I tell her about.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like I wish I had my notebook with me. Remember, it was I'm going too far. I don't want to take up your time because I need what you need to tell me. But anyway, a lot of things.
This is your time. This is your time.
Okay, but anyway, you helping me to help someone else. You don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God for you, man.
Okay, yeah.
Seriously.
I may have to do a Godfather move on you, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that though. But yeah, man, yeah.
Maybe you can help me. I get emotional.
Hey, that's natural.
Real emotional. I mean, right now I'm getting a little messy out. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's just coming from out the blue, man.
That's good stuff, man.
It's like
when something hits you like that, that's how it is.
Yeah, and it's not fake.
Yeah.
You feel me? I really know it ain't fake. I could watch a movie now, man. I get misty eyed.
Yeah. You're in touch with your the pureness of your emotions. You're in touch with it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't take anything outside of you to get in touch with your emotions. Right. No chemicals or none of that. It's like now you're saying these are just emotions that I just naturally feel without the outside chemicals or whatever coming in. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good thing. And you see how you're taking it. You're sharing it with others. Whatever it is that you're learning, you're sharing it with others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like leading the way. So by you saying now, as you're getting a very, very emotional now, which is a good thing, man.
Man, I mean, it started last week.
Yeah.
It started last week.
Mm-hmm.
When I was asking, can I go see my wife?
Yeah.
When I came back in, I asked, can I be excused again to something you said? And it was like pulling on me, you know? And I was trying to hold it in and whatever.
Well, when you was talking to her?
No, when I came back in.
Okay.
Because I like how you don't have no cut card.
Right.
And you real with it, but you also teaching them. And I felt that, you feel me? So I asked you, can I be excused again? And my eyes started leaking when I got in the bathroom. I was trying to hold it in.
Oh, awesome.
Because I don't want to be judged with that, you know, but
awesome,
you just said, let it go.
Yeah, you gotta let it go. Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome.
But it was hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, even the exchange that we had and that we wise when you said, man, I thought you were wrong. I thought you were wrong. But you realized that I had your best interest at heart.
Right.
I not only yours, I had everybody. I had the family and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody need to be on the same page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You just used me for example.
Man.
You feel me? And it's just the way you deliver. You know, I'm going to get that.
Well, you got it though, man. You got it. Just pace yourself. Pace yourself as long as you can because you got, just pace yourself as long as you can, man. And I don't want to put too much, too much on you, but it's a good thing, man, that you are continuing to struggle. Remember that a lot of times when you become uncomfortable with things, that represents growth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of times, man, we just like to be comfortable. And then that's when we lose ambition. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, taking the focus out.
Yeah, we lose drive.
You don't need this.
Nah, man. You continue to try to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a learning environment. This creation is a learning environment. And that's why we're always trying to learn. Because once we think we have it, we don't have it.
Trick yourself right back on the street.
Oh man, and you don't, and that's what. Nah, man, nah.
That's why I said I appreciate you, man. I mean that.
Yeah. Feelings mutual, man. Feelings mutual. And you didn't notice that when you came in and you expected me to come through one door. Yeah. I laughed.
I'm sitting there.
I laughed.
Yeah, I laughed. I'm looking at my watch. I'm like that. I'm paying you for something.
No, but listen, that was actually you hear me laugh because I appreciated that. I laughed, and I didn't tell you why I laughed because I was going to say something. I was going to say, well, that's good because don't expect me to come the same way all the time.
Yeah, you know what? That's right. You're supposed to change. Not come the same way all the time.
That's why I laughed.
Yeah.
But did you see me laugh? Yeah.
That's
But I didn't say nothing then. I just let it go.
Yeah,
but that was.
Because that's true though. Yeah. People expect you keep doing the same.
Well, I'm just having fun. Though.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's a part of learning too.
But I appreciate it. I really do. All due respect, I appreciated the thought that the expectation level was there for you. You know what I'm saying? and the enthusiasm was there. You know, something that you, it's like something, it's nothing more greater than to have something to look forward to. Right. Remember what, when I says purpose, you know, when it says basic needs and recovery is not possible without meaning. Right. Sometimes people help give you meaning. Yes, people help give you purpose. Yes. People help you with your goals. Mm-hmm. People help you with housing. Right. Some people can help you with work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they can assist you in your personal development. But at the end of the day, it always go back to self-directed. What the person in recovery wants. Okay. Huh? Mm-hmm. Wow. Desires can be accomplished, not what the provider imparts to the person, but what the person wants. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I wrote that down last week when I booked my book. Because you wrote it down up there last week.
Yeah.
But we ain't never get a chance to go over it, remember?
Yeah, because I think you still have the paper, so...
Yeah, matter of fact, I did.
Yeah, so what next week, bring it, because what we're probably going to do is, we're probably going to have hopefully we'll have something where that, like, people who participated, we may have a little celebration or ceremony or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And people get to express what they have learned and how it has been, and how they have benefited from it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know,
I'd like to do that.
Yeah. I thought it would be ideal. So we'll see. That's what we're working on. So
and I'm learning to be true to myself too. You know, and when I speak, I want to be true to who I speak to. My words come out correctly, because you know, so I heard a lot of people when they shared in the meeting, I heard that they want to be truthful, but come out with a lot of other stuff that they haven't been through, trying to make themselves look good.
Right.
So one day I'm looking forward to sharing my story, because I got a story maybe to save somebody's life.
That's good stuff.
I want to be honest with them about standing up there.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, we're
I ain't dead. I'm confident in myself.
Yeah.
But
you ought to be.
It's just like when I'm in a group of people.
Uh-huh.
I'm not that. Not to share, because I'm more shy.
That's what we have to do. We have to go about knowing how to represent ourselves. But we're gonna take a break. Okay. Come back around 1:40.
You want water or soda or something? I want to the store. I got you.
Yeah, I guess a ginger ale is good. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.